Yeah. Yeah. Yo, what it do? What it is? What the business, yo? This your brother J International tapping back in once again. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so we can do what we do on a weekly basis. So, for this one, I want to talk about what is blood. What is blood? What does blood mean to you? And when I'm talking about blood, I'm talking about blood relatives. Just because you may share the same bloodline as with an individual or with other individuals does not mean that they are your family. See, I come to the realization a long time ago that everybody that is your blood relative isn't your family. But up until that point, I want to say about 10 years ago, I was under the impression that because you are my blood relative, that means that you and I are family. It was not until I came across this individual that has had the most impact on my life outside of my father. Because it was through this individual that I first got introduced to the idea of traveling the world. It was through this individual that I got the game on how to get that hustle on, that street hustle mentality on. And it was through that individual that gave me so much advice throughout the years, gave me so much information and knowledge that more than my own blood relatives have given me, and he is not even my blood relative. He's an individual that I met when I was down at my lowest, when I was in the streets homeless. And though me and him don't always see eye to eye, and though me and this individual don't always get along, I gotta say that he has been family to me. And that's why I decided to start calling him Unc 2-3 years ago, because I felt like he was an unc to me. Didn't feel like he was a father, because I only had one father, and I respect my father for the job that he did. He did the best that he could do, and I gotta always show respect to that because he's now an ancestor. But I just want you guys to understand that just because someone shares your blood does not mean that they are your family. Does not mean that they are your family. And we have to start to differentiate, because we think that we have to be obligated to people that are our blood when they don't show that same love back, when they don't treat you like you are family. You know, I'm reading this book, right? And what I see in all the other groups, the Asians, the Africans, the Middle Easterns, is that they operate like blood and they operate like family, which is why when they come to this country with nothing as immigrants, they're able to set up shop, and before you know it, they got businesses in the black community and they thriving. And in the book, it explains how their economics works. It explains how they use race and cultural economics so that when when a brother comes or a sister comes, and let's say they come from Korea, this is basically what they did in LA, South Central LA, and how all the Koreans they came in and they control everything now. They control all these businesses because when a Korean wants to come in and he says, "Hey, I want to buy this building right here, and I want to open up a vegetable shop," they don't go to the bank. The first thing they do is they go to their community, they go to their family members, they go to their brethren, and they say, "Hey, this is my idea. I want to open up a vegetable store stand right here," and 9 times out of 10, they're gonna receive that funding from their brethren, from their family, so they don't have to go to the bank and they don't have to suffer from these high interest payments that they have to pay on the loan. But we in the black community, we don't operate the same, and that's why we are on the bottom. That is why we are on the bottom, because we don't practice group economics. I had an idea for a trucking company. I go to my family. Nobody wants, "Oh, I can't do it." Oh, all these goddamn excuses. And the thing is, if I win, y'all win, right? Because if I start a successful trucking business, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna look out for my family first. But they don't see that because we operate, and we've been trained to operate off of this rugged individualism, as they talk about in this book. That we got from our masters, from the white people, right? Because back after slavery ended, we were a community, we were a family. We had all these black communities, we had all these black townships, we had the infamous Black Wall Street, because we were operating like that. But when they came in the 80s and they put crack into the communities and they put the guns in the communities and they broke us up, with the feminist movement, they broke apart all that group, that family-based group of economics. And when we wanted the civil rights, and we want to integrate with white people because we thought that their ice was better and colder, that destroyed all that. You know what I'm saying? So I get back to the point I'm making in this podcast, is that just because you share the same blood with somebody don't mean they family. You got to realize that your family may be that friend that you had, that person that you met that's always held you down from the beginning, whenever, through thick and thin. When you was down at your low, they was there for you, because you may be down on your low and reach out to your family and they won't be there for you. And that's just the way it is. So with that being said, this is your brother, J International, tapping back in once again. Like, share, and subscribe. I will holler at y'all later. Peace.